Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to the show. Tonight we have a good one here. Cars are rolling on the speedway here for the road course race with the super late models, with the Postma Flooring Super Late Model Tour with ASRC. Here is tonight's starting lineup. So Andrew Payne would start on pole, but did not take a qualifying time, so he will go to the back. John DeMeester also taking an EOL, so then the front row will look like the following. Zach Coyer in the 13 machine will lead the field to the green flag. Zane Cruz in the 31 will start second. In row number 2, it is Nate Henry and Tanner Tallarico. Row number 3 has Chuck Darling and Stephen Hoffman. Row number 4 here has, I believe, Landon Atkins and Ron Hart. Then behind them, Jaden Kritachi will start in the 9th position. Greggy Long here in P number 10. Anthony Danta not taking a time. He will start 11th. 12th, Andrew Payne. 13th, John DeMeester. And then last week's winner, Zach Nichols, here tonight, will start shotgun on the field. So here we go. We get ready to rock and roll. Zach Coyer on the loud pedal here. And we go green flag racing here at the road course. Side by side for a second into turn number 1. Will everyone make it on through? It looks like yes, they will. Now they head to the toughest corner on the speedway. 2 by 2 here for the lead into turn number 3. Everyone so far making it through. Maybe not. Chuck Darling here going on around. That will slow Jaden Kritachi. Kritachi will get smacked. Looks like Greggy Long here turned on around as well. So with that calamity, Zach Nichols able to get through. He is in 7th. Andrew Payne in P number 8. These two probably some of the favorites coming into the race here tonight. But out in front, Nate Henry has taken over the point. So the 59 car out in front and leading the way here. Henry started in that 5th position here. Oh, it looks like more trouble for Chuck Darling. Darling might be done and out of this race here on lap number 1. As it looks like most everyone else here rolling on the speedway. Battle for second, he not up. Here comes Stephen Hoffman trying to get around Zach Coyer. This turn, wow, how did they fit through 2 cars through there? That corner definitely not one to go side by side. Hoffman and Coyer somehow able to make it work. Hoffman now up to second, and it is a log jam behind him there as that's killed their momentum and bunched up all of the cars behind them. Zach Nichols, he is up to a top 5 here tonight. The 44 machine up into 5th here, trying to track down the 51 machine of Ron Hart. Right in front of them, the 31 of Zane Cruz. Zane making his return to ASRC. He's running up in the podium as Nichols now up to P number 4. And now maybe P number 3 as he takes a look to the inside of the 31. Yes, he does. So Zach Nichols up into 3rd here. Tanner Tallarico just getting by Zach Coyer there. So Tallarico up to 7th here as all heads up big time sideways. And that's one of the tough things here tonight. A super late model on a road course. Not so much rear grip in these race cars to begin with. You add some right-hand turns on top of that, and man, these cars are a handful each and every lap. As Nate Henry here led the first lap at the completion, we'll do the same here on lap number 2. Stephen Hoffman here trying to track him down, and then the guy that started dead last here tonight, he is already up into 3rd. Trying to track down these front 2 runners. Oh, Stephen Hoffman will get a piece of the wall there. Looks like that car will stay together. That wall there into turn number 3. Very, very dangerous as it can rip off parts of this race car at any point here tonight. So turn number 3 definitely probably the trickiest turn to make sure you don't hit those tire barriers nor the wall. As here we go, pass for the race lead. Stephen Hoffman able to get around Nate Henry. Zach Nichols will follow on through. So Nichols up into P number 2 here tonight. We will keep an eye on this as the rest of the field starting to spread on out, and that's what we have to expect. Of course, 12 car invert here tonight, so that kind of jumbled up the order. Definitely led to that exciting first lap here tonight. As Zach Nichols able to get through that front stretch chicane very, very well. He'll look to the inside of Stephen Hoffman. He will complete the pass as Hoffman trying to put the power down. Looks like won't be able to do it. New race leader out in front. From the back to the front, Zach Nichols goes once again. So Nichols looking to be the first back-to-back winner this season. Has to hang on to this car for 22 laps, and it may sound pretty easy. Hey, you just gotta keep the lead for 22 laps, but this track is very, very technical, very, very tough. So at any point you make a mistake, especially into a tire barrier, your night's probably done and over with. As we see a battle for the third position here heating on up. Andrew Payne has run down the 51 machine of Hart. Ron big time sideways exiting that left-hander there. Will go a little bit wide. Payne will look to the right side of the 51. Won't be able to go side by side through here, so Payne will have to wait for another point to attack here for this third position. Zach Nichols, last time by, best lap of anyone here in the race, was just able to do it 1:18.92, the only driver inside the 18-second mark. As old trouble for the 09 machine, Anthony Danta. His car looking halfway decent here, but Danta will fall back to 9th. It looks like more issues with maybe the 11 of Landon Atkins. Same with the 1 car of Tanner Tallarico. And same with the 038 of Greggy Long. Looks like here tonight, already taken out 3 drivers here tonight. Right now, John DeMeester hangs on to the last top 10 position. DeMeester currently running in P number 10. As more problems for Danta. He will now head to pit road. So that moves Atkins, DeMeester up a position. Now both of them sit inside the top 10. Ron Hart here still has been able to hold off the 93 machine of Andrew Payne. Right behind them, Jada Katachi has run down Nate Henry for that 5th position. 11 going to try and get around the 59. The 59 led the first 2 laps here tonight, and Stephen Hoffman led a lap since that point here. Zach Nichols has started to check out from the field, about 2.5 second advantage. As Katachi all over the back of the 59. Does he make a move here? Yes, he does. He will shoot to the inside of Henry, and he will be able to complete the pass. So Jaden Katachi involved in that first lap incident. He has driven his way up into the top 5 now. This time by at the stripe for Zach Nichols. It will be 19 to go here as we take a look here, continue to watch our best battle on the speedway. That is for that P number 3 spot here between Andrew Payne and Ron Hart. I think with this field starting to spread on out, let's throw up the track map here on the right side of our screen. It looks like the track map actually is so large here that it gets covered up a little bit through that chicane by the logo. As here we go, Andrew Payne to the inside of the 51. They will drag race there out of that right-hand corner. It looks like advantage Andrew Payne. Looks like Payne will be able to complete the pass. So Payne up to P number 3. You can see here with that track map, keep an eye on your favorite driver's number or whatever car we are looking at currently riding on board with Ron Hart. They will be highlighted in that green color as well. As it looks like trouble for the 11 machine of Landon Atkins. Atkins looping it into turn number 1. That will actually allow John DeMeester to get on by the 11. So with the field spread on out a little bit, let's go and check out some replays here from some incidents that kicked off the night. So the first one, the Landon Atkins Chuck Darling incident into turn number 3. Let's take a look, see what happened there. So already off at turn number 2, almost 3 wide. We'll file on down to 2, and then we take a look at the gray 88 and that black number 11 here. As it looks like Atkins, it looks like Atkins just locked up the tires there, got in just a little bit too hot, and that caught the 88, and then it looks like Greggy Long going around off the nose of Andrew Payne. So that was the first incident of the night. Then maybe a little bit later in this, shows something happened to the 09 of Anthony Danta, so we'll keep an eye on Danta, see what happened there, but I think it just thought he was a part of it, almost coming to a stop there. And here's what happened, I believe, to Chuck Darling here, to maybe cause him to retire from the race. We'll see if anything obvious kind of happens to Darling through this section. It looks like that car's all in one piece there, but yeah, just loops it, and something probably wrong with that 88 and calls it a night there. Here's what led to the end of the night for the 38 of Long. Looks like maybe just a little bit too wide, got that right rear on the rumble strips, and I think Greggy may have called it a day after that. And we take a look at the one car of Tanner Tallarico here. We'll see if Tallarico had some sort of incident, has a little bit loose there and misses the corner, and that seems like that was the end of the day there for the one. We take a look here at Landon Atkins going through that final chicane, trying to put the power down here, and I think this is just that incident going into turn number 1, as it looks like Atkins gets a piece of the safer barrier, and then yeah, misses that brake point, big time lockup out of the right front of the 11. And it looks like here, just about a moment ago, this involving the 31 machine of Zane Cruz. So Cruz just misses the brake mark a little bit there. We'll go to the access road a little bit, and then maybe something a little bit further, because it seems like he has now entered pit road. So we'll keep an eye on the 31 as looks like just missed the entry there into turn number 1 for the 31. And we'll see if he just calls it. Yeah, looks like he's just calling it a night from there on out. Looks like those rear tires definitely lit up on the 31 machine. And yeah, looks like he will just pull it on over to the side and may just retire this 31 here tonight as well. As yeah, those rear tires definitely hot on the 31. Got the wall and said, no, we'll call it a night after that. So going back through the field here, Zach Nichols out in front leading the way here in the 44. Stephen Hoffman still hanging on to P number 2. So that 86 machine having a lot of speed with a throwback road course paint scheme on the car. So that is awesome to see from Hoffman. Andrew Payne currently running in the 3rd position. Jaden Kritachi, he's up to P number 4. So Jaden able to get around Ron. Ron running in a respectable P number 5 here tonight. Nate Henry currently in 6th. Zach Coyer in 7th. Looks like John Meester in P number 8. Looking for maybe one of his best finishes ever. Of course, not as best as John has picked up a win here with the ASRC group. As it looks like this race, definitely a race of attrition. Over 5 cars down on pit road and out of the race here tonight, with now only 14 to go here at the stripe for Zach Nichols. And you know what? Let's ride on board with Zach, see what it's like for a lap here around Charlotte Infield Long is the official name here on iRacing. So we'll keep the track map up, get a view of what he is seeing, what corner he's going through, and how he is wheeling the car here tonight. As we see there, Zach Nichols getting around the 13 machine, put Zach Coyer now 1 lap down. Zach's making it look pretty easy out here, but I tell you what, I mentioned it here before tonight. These cars are definitely a handful around any road course, especially this place that is so technical and tricky. Last time by Andrew Payne, only a 10th quicker than the car in front of him. So Payne, involved in that first lap incident, does have some right front damage. You can see that fender kind of crinkled on the 93 machine. So you'd have to imagine that he has some sort of damage definitely affecting that car. Jaden Kritachi last time by, though, fastest car on the track. So the 11 machine figuring out some speed here late, and if he keeps up this pace, he was about a second quicker. He could definitely run down Andrew Payne before it's all said and done. Could have a shot at Stephen Hoffman if he keeps up this pace, and he's able to get around Payne pretty quick. As it looks like, oh, Zach Coyer here having an incident. He will jump to pit, probably call it a night, so we'll see what happened to the 13 machine. As this right-hander leads then into a blind left-hander. As Coyer looks like may just call it a night as well. Another driver that's like, hey, we ran our laps, probably not going to get another position, so we will just take what we can get, and that will be the case for the 13 machine. So only 7 cars now left out on the speedway here tonight. And only 6 of them on the lead lap. 3 different leaders, of course, here tonight. Nate Henry leading the opening lap. And it was Stephen Hoffman. Since then, Zach Nichols has led probably right around the last 10 or so laps, if I had to guess. So Zach Nichols about a 9-second advantage here to kick off. 11 laps to go. This race only a 25 lap or so. $14 laps in the books, 11 to go here tonight. So about post-race interviews, guys are doing about a minute 20 here. So post-race interviews here in about 12 minutes or so. As last time by Andrew Payne, one of, I believe, the fastest car out on track. So Payne able to put the last lap together, able to now once again draw some distance to Kurtachi running in P number 4. Payne ever so slowly here eating into that gap to Stephen Hoffman. That gap about 2 seconds or so, which is definitely manageable here with now 10 laps to go from our flagman as the 44 here crosses the stripe. I think with some 10 to go, we got the cameras for it, and it's always a good time, even though we're still rocking and rolling. We'll do a little turn 3, turn it up, so I'm gonna go take a break from yapping once again here tonight at the road course. Let the cars do the talking for a little turn 3, turn it up. We come back here live to Zach Nichols now picking up 8 laps to go here tonight. As Andrew Payne within about 0.3 of a second to Stephen Hoffman. So that battle for second heating on up here in the closing stages. Can Payne force Hoffman to make a mistake here? Can Hoffman hold tough for 8 more laps? That's right on board with Andrew Payne here, looking forwards to that 86 machine. See if we can see where some speed differences are between these two, where Payne can make the move. Here through the slow infield section, probably not the place to make a pass, as it's very tough to gain momentum there. Payne could maybe dive it to the right side of the 86 if he gets a good exit here. Can't quite do that, so now I'll pretty much have to wait all the way till turn number 1 here after this tire chicane. And this tire chicane is definitely daunting. I mean, this is what you see there, and whoo, it doesn't get too much closer than that, folks. Hoffman trying to cover off the 93 to make a move. Hoffman almost loses the back end. He was four-wheel drifting that entire corner and somehow able to keep it underneath him. That's some of that good old dirt experience right there working for the 86. As these two here last lap pretty much ran identical lap times. Both a 1:21.5 from the 86 as well as the 93. As they start to once again catch the two machine, I believe, of John DeMeester. So if Hoffman catches him in a bad spot, that could open up the door for Payne as well. Looks like both cars able to get through. Here in ASRC, we take a look at some road course stats here, and I believe only have been to a road course, I want to say 11 times. This would be the 12th, and the first time in over a year since ASRC has been to a road course. The last time was a 1987 league that ASRC put together, and it was at Watkins Glen. Some names that have won a road course here in ASRC. Dan Parmalee tied with the most ever wins on a road course here in the league. He sits at 3. The driver he's tied with, currently running P number 3, Andrew Payne, has 3 career road course wins. Ron Hart has picked up 2 in his career. Brett Hahn has 1. Tanner Tallarico has picked up a win at a road course. Mike Sturgill, another driver. And then Zach Nichols has picked up 1 win already, looking to make it 2 here tonight. So I try and take a look here real quick, see when Zach Nichols picked up the win. It was during the Next Gen series that ASRC put together. Nichols picking up the win back in May of 2023. Watkins Glen has hosted a road course 6 times with the American Sim Racing Club. Then Tsukuba being another circuit, Sonoma once, Road America another time, as well as Daytona's road course short. So just the kind of infield boot section, and then a Roval race. So second time the league's been back here at Charlotte, but the first time for sure with this layout. So here for this battle for second, Stephen Hoffman starting to drive away just a little bit from Andrew Payne. About 3/4 of a second advantage for the 86, but now 4 laps to go. So Hoffman doing a great job out there, minding his P's and Q's, not getting intimidated from the car in the rearview mirror, and just keeping his head down, focus forward ahead and doing a great job at it. So there's currently 3 drivers in this race that has finished every single road course race inside the top 5. That being Ron Hart in the 51 machine. Every single one he's loaded into, he's finished in the top 5 on a road course. He has done that 4 times. Andrew Payne, another driver that has finished in the top 5 every single time. He sits at 5 top 5s with 5 starts. And then the third driver being the driver that has gone 1 for 1 here, trying to make it 2 for 2. It is Zach Nichols. Definitely some wild stats there. Once again, man, Payne has closed the gap here. Payne looking to the inside of Hoffman now with 3 to go. Looking at that track map there, you see Zach Nichols already into the slow section. These two just starting to get in there. Levino Kutachi slowly piecing his way towards these guys, but is definitely going to run out of time with now only about 2.5 laps left in this one. Nate Henry just going 1 lap down here tonight, so looks like top 5 will finish on the lead lap as this time by for the 44 popsicle sticks up in the air. It is 2 laps to go here at the Charlotte Road Course. Second and third just seeing those popsicle sticks now as they just cross the stripe. Same with Kurtachi now in P number 4. Ron Hart on his own island back in the 51 as Payne gets a piece of the wall there. So Payne knowing it is time to go from here on out. He is trying to get every inch of racetrack he can find in the 93 machine. Oh man, Hoffman there, big time loose into that first left-hander. Able to keep it underneath him, does lose a little bit of time, but Payne being right on that back bumper just couldn't go anywhere with that time. As at the start-finish line, Zach Nichols will see the white flag here tonight. We are on to the final lap here of the road course. Second and third here through the final chicane. They will see the white flag now, this time by we will see if any moves will be made here off of turn number 3. This is turn number 3 they will go through right now. Payne could maybe get a shot. Maybe once they get to the backstretch here, but Hoffman gets a great corner exit, able to drive away from the 93 machine as they go to the backstretch. Payne big time sideways here. I think Andrew Payne may have used up all the tires that are left on the 93 machine. And here we go through the final couple corners of the night. Zach Nichols will go 2 for 2 here in ASRC on a road course. Last time he jumped in one was a next-gen car, walked away with the checkered flag. Will do the same here tonight in a super late model and Zach will go back to back, winning last week at South Boston, Irwindale, and now we'll do it here tonight at the road course. The first driver able to do that, and it looks like Stephen Hoffman will hang on to P number 2. Payne will try at the stripe, couldn't quite get there. Stephen Hoffman second, Andrew Payne third, Jaden Kurtachi will finish P number 4. And we ride on board with our 5th running driver here, Ron Hart, the last driver to hit the stripe here. As here we go to the stripe, Ron Hart will cross the start-finish line and will continue his streak of top 5 finishes. As Zach Nichols drifting each and every corner. Like I said, we determined here tonight who was the Kiwi of ASRC. Zach Nichols celebrating like SVG here as he drifts it around each and every corner here tonight. Man, that is awesome to see. As, able to loop it there in front of the camera, but does it in style, keeping those rear tires spinning. As, man, awesome stuff. Be sure to stay tuned on in as we will have post-race interviews here coming up in just one moment here after a quick commercial break.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Alrighty, folks, we come back here to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we will be talking to our P number 3 driver first, that being the 93 machine of Andrew Payne. Andrew, do you got a copy of Spread the Jet in the booth here?
I got a copy.
Alrighty, man, first and foremost, how are we feeling after 25 consecutive laps here at the Charlotte Infield Long Road Course?
I'm pretty exhausted. This is a tough track in these cars, and I'm a little wore out, honestly.
Yeah, this track definitely took 100% concentration each and every corner. I mean, these cars are tough enough on their own on a road course, and then you add a technical track like this. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, these cars are definitely not made to run this sort of course, and we've run a couple other courses. Lime Rock is a perfect example, and they run pretty good there. But yeah, with how many twists and turns are on here, it's definitely a little more challenging. And then especially trying to make it so you're not burning the rears off under throttle. It's definitely, that extra little bit of challenge with this course, especially. But it was fun. But yeah, I'm glad that one is over.
Yeah, that one definitely looked like a brutal one, even with only 25 laps. And Andrew, I've been wondering all race long, was that damage affecting the 93 machine here tonight?
Probably a little bit, yeah. I don't know how bad it is. We definitely had wheel damage though, and it drove okay. I'm not really sure exactly what we were running time wise and how quickly we were running, but it definitely didn't really like the right turns too much, and it kind of liked the left turns a little bit more. And I think unfortunately the majority of these turns are right-handers, so it made it a little tough. But we still drove through the field, and ended up with a podium position.
Yeah, definitely a great finish. I mean, going into the race, we knew turn number 3 was going to be chaotic. What'd you see going through there with the calamity going on?
I don't really know. Actually, I don't really know what caused it to begin with. I just kind of saw smoke and ended up with the car across my nose, trying to cut those tires super tight. And unfortunately, it allowed Zach to get by, but we came out of it pretty much unscathed for the most part. But uh, not surprised, a little disappointed that we did have caution or incident there. But it's it's road course racing on a tight track in cars that don't normally run road courses. So it's unfortunately kind of gonna be bound to happen. But yeah, it was definitely tight there. I'm glad we made it through the last little chicane though onto the front stretch without any like major issues though. So that was the other turn I was really worried about. So we made good on making it through there, and for the most part we made it pretty good through the rest of the night.
Yeah, that you did able to walk away with a podium. That is definitely impressive from starting deep in the field like you did. As well as Andrew, we take a look at the stats, 3 career wins for you on road courses, and every single time you loaded into a session, you've been up in the top 5. We'll keep that streak alive here tonight with now the league best 6 top 5s.
Yeah, it's road courses are fun. I wish we ran more, but I get why we don't. It's been a blast pretty much my whole life in real life racing and in the Sims. So I wish, hopefully we can, be able to keep that streak alive if we end up running more, but we'll see. I'll take the lead with 6 road course top 5s though. So just goes to show how consistent we can be in, obviously missed out on probably a couple wins in those two. So we'll we'll take those that road course stats, and hopefully we can hopefully we can add to that in the future maybe.
Yeah, for sure. I think you definitely can. Always, like you mentioned before, always a fan of these road courses. So, Andrew, before we go here tonight and let you celebrate the P number 3, we're going to go hand over the mic to you and have you thank who you got to thank, whether it's sponsors, teammates, or anyone else you like to give a shout out to on the broadcast.
Well, first and foremost, huge shout out to Postma Flooring for sponsoring the series. Really appreciate all that he does for us as a league. Huge shout out to the LaPlante Racing Products as well for coming aboard for our big show a couple weeks ago, as well as our LaPlante Triple Crown Challenge, which I believe we have a couple more races coming up here in a couple weeks. So, huge thanks to both of our sponsors. They've supported us and this season as well as a bunch of previous seasons amongst multiple series. So really appreciate their support. Huge shout out to you, Brett, and the Turn 3 boys for broadcasting this. Looking forward to going back and watching this one when I can. Huge shout out to all the fellow admins for putting on a really great series, great league. It's been a ton of fun, especially going back to Supers recently. Huge shout out to all the fellow competitors out there. It's been a blast racing when I can in these cars. Unfortunately, I believe this is going to be my last one for the season, so glad I was able to come away with the podium, but still is always a blast to run with these guys. And last but certainly not least, huge thanks to all the fans that come out and support us drivers, the league, the broadcast, all of us. Without your guys' support, we would not be here.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff. Andrew, thank you for all the work you do at ASRC with the admin stuff and all the work behind the scenes. So we appreciate that. And once again, man, congrats on the P number 3. You, my man, go celebrate and have a good one.
Thank you.
Alrighty, folks, that was our third place finisher, Andrew Payne. Now we'll head up to our runner-up finisher, that being the 86 of Stephen Hoffman. Steven, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
How's it going, Brett?
Man, pretty good. How are you feeling, my man, after 25 consecutive laps here at the Charlotte Road Course?
I feel like William Byron at Martinsville last year, maybe the year before. It's hot.
Yeah, I could believe so. These cars, I was talking with Andrew about it. I mean, these supers are tricky enough at a normal road course. Then you put them here at a very technical track. Man, was that probably super tough.
Yeah, you had to be careful. These things got a lot of power to the back wheels, so you had to be careful going up the hills, down the hills, left, right. There was I think it was 7 and 8, and then 9 and 10 were really tight corners, and not to break the tires loose, which I did a couple times. But overall, I think it was a pretty fun night.
Yeah, it looked like you were having a blast, Steven. And I mean, man, it's good to be battling cars, but I'm sure you're stressing a little bit there with Payne catching you with about 11 to go. But man, I tell you what, I give you a lot of props. You held your own and able to hang on to P number 2. How was that?
Yeah, I was hoping to get the lead a little bit quicker, and then I forgot Nichols was just that fast there for a little bit. He was able to avoid all the drama there in lap 1, which kind of sucked with the low car count. He was able to zip through the field pretty quick. And then once he got around me, I tried keeping up. Well, I kept up with him for 2 or 3 laps, a little bit, maybe half a second behind him. And then I just realized I was going to burn my stuff up. So I was just kind of on autopilot, and then just trying to run consecutive laps. And I seen Andrew was coming up. I didn't know if he was his car was clean or not. It looked like he had a little front end damage, but once he caught me, it kind of got interesting again because it was starting to. I don't know, when I'm just making laps, I end up making more mistakes than having a little bit of pressure and having to be on it and locked in.
Yeah, it definitely will be a factor here. And yeah, man, awesome to see, the pace you're running. I mean, a great qualifying lap, great finish as well. I mean, what did it take for you to get acclimated for the road course stuff? Because, you've had a few road course starts, but it seemed like this combo was really clicking for you.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of the road courses. I don't run them as much as I'd like to, just don't have enough time. But so I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm bad at them, but I'm not the best. But I'm pretty quick at them. Most of the time, I end up catching myself in my own mess, but was able to keep it clean. Uh, I hit the wall coming into 3 there for a little bit, and I thought I was going to rip the right front off the car, so that was kind of sketchy. But yeah, it's kind of like you say, once Andrew caught me, I just knew where he wasn't going to pass me. I had to be fast, and I had to just be cautious where the passing zones were. Just had to be on my P's and Q's through those sections, and just send it in the other sections where I knew he wouldn't have a chance to get it along the side of me, and get a distance.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you ran a great race to have that pressure behind you, able to keep your head down and do what you needed to do. And it was probably pretty big for you because, Steven, I know you've been probably looking at it a little bit. Coming into tonight, you were sitting second in points, able to keep that. But this race could have been a big one for any driver if they had a big issue. But so far, 1 and 2 in points, able to walk away on the podium still.
Yep, we survived. Zach did as well. he's been pretty good all season. He's hard to beat. We're just gonna have to step our game up back on the ovals and just start hammering out some top threes. We had a rough start. I think we finished in the top 10 every season or every race this season, but we've missed a couple top fives, and I think it's hurt us a little bit.
Yeah, next week we head back to, an oval. Not quite a full oval, though. We had to Concord. How do you feel about that place?
Oh, I love it. That track's tricky and fun. Love the banking, the way you got to you can run one and then send it in turn two, and then turn three, if you hit it just right, it'll sling you out like a little slingshot.
Yeah, that definitely is the case. That track is a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the race in action they put on there. But yeah, Steven, man, done and over with pretty quick here tonight. Once again, able to walk away with P number 2. So before we let you go, man, and call it an early night, we're going to let you thank who you got to thank, whether sponsors, teammates, or anyone else you like to give a shout out to on the broadcast here.
Yep, we got Racers for Christ, Jolene Sons Plumbing. They help us out in real life, and just Postma Flooring for putting all this on, sponsoring the series. You yourself, and for taking the time to do the broadcast. It's always fun to go back and watch. Tanner, Andrew, all the admins at ASRC for giving us a place to race, and mom and dad probably watching again. Shout out to you guys and whoever's watching us. Just thanks to everybody.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff, Steven. Go celebrate the runner-up here tonight, and we'll see you next week at Concord.
Yep, we'll see you, Brett.
Alrighty, folks. Now we'll head down to Victory Lane and talk to the man of the hour. It is the 44 of Zach Nichols. Zach, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yep, we do.
Alrighty, man. First and foremost, how are we feeling after 25 laps here at the Charlotte Road Course?
My hands hurt. I don't normally. My hands never really hurt after doing a sim race, but for some reason they definitely do hurt. Just with how you had to death grip the wheel with how loose this thing was on exit after like 8 or 7 laps, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, these things were a handful. We talked to the other drivers here before talking with you, but we know that these super late models are tough at any sort of road course, but you throw them on this very technical track. I mean, this had to be a tough 25 laps to string together.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, after those 7 or 8 laps, the rears just gave way, and you had to really baby it around the track, and it made those turn, I think 2 with the tire wall, and then the last turn with those tire walls. It made for an interesting fun race. But yeah, this track was kind of fun, and I'm all for road course racing. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I had a lot of fun tonight, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it looked like a bunch of fun there, Zach. And yeah, to go along with that road course success, I mean, you've now had only 2 ASRC starts on a road course. And of course, you end up picking up the win in both of them.
Oh, I didn't even know I ran a road course race other than this one, but that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll give you a chance to guess here. What car do you think you would have jumped behind the wheel of to race with us on a road course? I'll give you a big hint. It was Watkins Glen.
Oh, then it had to be one of the 3 NASCAR cars. But to be fair, I don't even remember running an ASRC league in a NASCAR. So I mean, it was either the truck or the Xfinity car, but I don't think it was it.
It was actually the next gen car. You picked up the win back in May of 2023.
Oh, jeez. I mean, that wasn't even that long ago. So maybe I need to get my memory checked. But yeah, that's pretty neat. Glad we were able to go 2 for 2 then, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm not sure what tracks are next, but looking forward to it.
Yeah, and speaking about the season, Zach, you're the first one this season now to go back to back, so you'll get some bonus points from going to the back, to the front, and picking up the win. As well as next week, you get to start at the back again, but now we go to Concord. That place gonna be a little bit more tricky to get through the front.
Oh yeah, for sure. That track is I mean, it's like Pocono is the tricky triangle, so that race is gonna be definitely interesting. I know in like official races, I ran a mini stock race there not too long ago, and it was complete chaos. There was cars going backwards. I was scared for my life, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. Gonna have to dodge some bullets there, and hopefully we can come home with a good finish there.
Yeah, and like I said, you're going to be starting at the back. Whoo, man. Like you said, going to be dodging some stuff there at Concord. But here tonight, you had to dodge some stuff as well. Turn number 1. How sketchy was that with just seeing smoking cars probably?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I saw someone get clipped a little bit and got turned sideways, and then he ended up right in front of Andrew, and I just darted right in and went through 3 wide with, I think, forget who it was. I think it was Andrew and Landon there, and we were able to come home in front of Andrew, which I knew he was going to be a threat in this race, and glad we were able to do that. And yeah, I mean, it was scary, that's for sure. I knew there was probably going to be some chaos in that corner on the initial start, and glad we were able to get through there.
Yeah, and with getting through there, that was probably the big move of the race, that you're able to get a good chunk of cars right there and get to the front and pick up the win. And Zach, now for sure into now the second half and later stages of the season, coming into tonight with the points lead, gonna extend that a little bit. But what's the game plan from here on out? Back to ovals, of course, but with the points lead, anything can still happen, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, anything can happen, and pretty much just gonna try to stay calm, cool, collected, and just chug along and get solid finishes. I mean, that was our goal from the beginning of week 1, and just looking to keep on chugging along.
Yeah, that you have done this season, Zach. I believe, I want to say, yeah, this will be your 6th win on the season. So you are putting together another great season, my man. So congrats on that. But here tonight, picking up win number 6, you will do. So, Zach, before we let you go and celebrate this win, we are, of course, going to run through the normal stuff. So you, man, can just have at it. You already know what's coming.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd like to thank RSS Mobile Trailer Repair, Carney's Complete Auto Service, R&M Towing, uh, PSS&C. They all help us out in the real life stuff a ton, and can't thank them enough. Hopefully they're coming on board for next year. And my dad's watching, my uncle Kenny's watching. I'd like to shout both of them out. You guys for broadcasting. You guys do a great job, and Tanner and everyone for putting the league on. It's a ton of fun to come out each week and put on a show.
Alrighty, awesome stuff, Zach. Well, you, my man, we got done nice and early tonight, so enjoy your extra time here. And once again, congrats on another win this season, win number 6.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's this new game, this RV thing. I'm about to go play that junk. Drive
Oh,
an RV through the mountains.
Yeah, that does look pretty fun. So if you need some more people, maybe I'll jump on it there with you. See how quickly you become just top tier player there, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, sounds good, Zach. You take care. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
Alrighty, folks, that was Zach Nichols down in Victory Lane, getting ready to jump in that RV game. I tell you what, I've seen a little bit of it. It looks like a fun game, so I might have to see what Zach Nichols doing here later tonight. So, once again, got to thank all you guys for tuning on in here live or on the replay. Appreciate each and every one of you. Turn 3 is partnered with Premier Setup Shops. You saw their logo in the bottom right. There's a link in the description. You can click that. That'll take you on over there. Of course, partners with ASRC, the big one, Postma Flooring. You can also check them out with the link in the description as well. That'll take you over to their page. We also got to thank LaPlante Racing Products. Still have the Triple Crown Challenge yet to come this season and crown a champion for that. Boardwalk Subs and everyone else for either racing, watching, all the support here on ASRC. Very much appreciate each and every person that is involved with that. So that'll do it here tonight from the road course. We'll be back next Tuesday for Concord, or tomorrow night with the Street Stocks with the American Sim Racing Club here on 9 p.m. So that'll do it here tonight for myself. So everyone take care, stay safe, have a great rest of your week. And I've been Brett the Jet in the booth, and I just flew by you.